Hey guys, it's General Heat here. How's everyone doing today? So, mini PCs have been getting pretty big lately, no pun intended. People love to use them for a lot of things, especially like emulation or playing classic games. It's nice to have like a little mini console to kind of, play those old games or any kind of like light games that people like to play. So, for today's video, we are going to be reviewing one of those mini PCs. And in particular, the folks at Ace Magic were kind of to send me their Ace Magic Vista Mini V1 mini PC to review for this video, which is what we are going to be doing momentarily. So the Ace Magic Vista Mini V1. It is a very small PC. I mean, just the box alone is pretty small, but PC is going to be smaller, of course. This particular model comes with the latest Intel N150 processor. It actually just came out very recently, and it's based on Intel's Twin Lake architecture, which is a refresh of Intel's Alder Lake N architecture. Alder Lake N is a variant of Intel's 12th gen Alder Lake architecture, except instead of having like a combination of P cores and E cores, or just P cores, the Alder Lake N and Twin Lake series only had E cores. And this model, in addition to the N150, also comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 512 gigabyte SSD. It does seem like there's more options available for memory and storage. So you could definitely take a look at what options you can get on their Amazon page, which I will post a link in the description below. They're actually currently running a sale right now, and you can get a pretty good discount with the discount code I have in my description below. So I'll post it below and definitely check it out if you are interested in this. But obviously, let's take a look at this right now and let's get this opened up and unboxed. All right, in the box, we have a user manual and we go straight to the mini PC itself. So here is the mini PC. It's even smaller than a box, like I said. It literally fits in the palm of your hand. That is how small this PC is. I do want to point out one interesting thing, which is, unlike a lot of mini PCs that I've seen over the years, this one has a display port on it. Most mini PCs I've seen only have HDMI ports. So let's get this set up and let's boot it up, and we're gonna test the gaming performance of this. So this thing is advertised as ideal for home and office use, and I'm sure it's fine for that use. But as like I said, a lot of mini PCs these days are getting really popular because people are using them for emulation or classic gaming or lightweight gaming. So we are going to test Intel's latest N150 processor against some emulation and gaming. All right, we have the PC all set up now. Setup was pretty quick. Comes with Windows 11 built into it, and surprisingly, it's a very clean install of Windows 11. It's no bloatware or anything. It's just the default Microsoft Windows 11. Okay, so to kick off this test, we're just gonna have a little bit of fun, and I'm just gonna run the Xbox 360 dashboard just to see, how well it looks and works on this particular PC. So here's the classic, Blades dashboard, and it runs. This is an older version of Xenia though that I'm using to run Blades, so it can be a little buggy, as you can see, but I mean, it's actually, kind of smooth. It's not like a perfect frame rate though, but it is an older version of the dashboard, so maybe newer versions of Xenia might be running a little better, but we'll try that in a second. But yeah, I mean, what will be cool is if you could have like this and then have it like boot directly into Xenia. So once you boot this up, it goes straight to the Xbox 360 dashboard. That would be like so cool. And if this can run it like, fairly well, that would actually be like a really cool like mini Xbox 360, so to speak. Okay, so in this version, we're going to try one of the NXE dashboards, actually the original one. And let's put into full screen. Okay, so here we are, the original NXE Xbox 360 dashboard. Also very iconic as well, but I think most people still prefer Blades, but the original NXE dashboard was also fine. It was pretty nice. Okay, and the last dashboard we're going to try is the newer NXE dashboard with Connect. Obviously, I don't have a Kinect sensor plugged into this, but this dashboard actually does run perfectly smooth, very well. So I guess it just depends on the dashboard version and the version of Xenia. So it's not necessarily that this mini PC can't handle 360 emulation. It probably is being pushed to the very edge of its limits. But, you know, with some optimizations and with some the right version of Xenia, and maybe like some optimized versions of Xenia out there for 360 emulation, you can probably get a pretty decent 360 emulation experience on this. These mini PCs are probably meant to run more like classic games or emulated games, stuff like that. Lightweight gaming. But I'm going to toss a more modern game at it. And by more modern, I mean MCC. Let's see how well it actually runs MCC. And we'll kind of use this as kind of like the baseline. So the main menu of MCC, I mean, runs okay, loads pretty quickly. The SSD on this, it is a SATA M.2 SSD, not an NVMe SSD. But that's still okay in most games. I mean, very few games actually need the full performance of an NVMe SSD. And Halo MCC is definitely not one of them either. So let's just hop into Halo 3. Everything's on default settings for graphics. So let's just hop into a quick mission and see how it runs. Okay, so here we are. We are in an intro cutscene. You can already tell it's a little choppy. Unfortunately, like, this is just the default settings as well. I'm not running at high settings either. And it's also at 1080p. So yeah, it's playable, but it's not a great experience. This might be running Halo 3 at like sub 30 FPS, really. Definitely sub 30 FPS. But I mean, it's somewhat playable, but I wouldn't really like recommend playing like this, even in just campaign. Here we are loading Halo 2, Delta Halo. Just for like laughs and giggles, I'm gonna load it on anniversary graphics first. Anniversary graphics, it's like really demanding. Even the Series X like struggles sometimes to run anniversary graphics. I'm sure that's like more of an optimization issue, but just for fun, I'm just gonna run on this, see how it looks. And like surprisingly, on anniversary graphics, I mean, it's not like a really smooth experience. It is definitely probably running around like 30 FPS or lower, but it's surprisingly playable. I mean, again, like Halo 3, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could actually, like, you know, move around a little bit in anniversary graphics, maybe use it to take screenshots. Although some things like don't render quite right. You can see like some of the explosion effects and things, like even like the textures up close, they're like really low quality, which means that this mini PC, it's struggling to like load the higher quality details. And I didn't reduce the quality settings or anything. It's just struggling to load the high quality version of things. So it's like switching to like the low detailed version. So yeah, I mean, that is like one issue you might encounter, but otherwise it's somewhat playable. Now, classic graphics. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Perfectly smooth gameplay. So anniversary, not great, but classic graphics, perfect. And actually everything looks really nice on this too in classic graphics. So if you want to play like a classic experience, you know, Halo 2 Classic or Halo CE Classic, then yeah, I mean, this will be great. A lot of people out there, a lot of gaming communities, classic gaming communities, they love to use these to play more retro games. And we're going to try it on like some actual, you know, arcade style, retro style games like Geometry Wars. This is like one of my favorite arcade games, like Xbox Live arcade games, I should say. This wasn't actually like a game you could find in an arcade. Although they really should have made this game for arcades, like at a Dave & Buster's or something like that. This would have been like a perfect arcade game. I'm astonished they never like tried that collaboration, because this was under Activision, and Activision, they brought Guitar Hero to arcades, but they never brought this game. Like, this would have been like great for an arcade. Now let's try this in a more modern, like arcade style game. Geometry Wars 3. It's been out for a while, but it is definitely on a more modern side. And you can see like the main menu runs very well too. So, I mean, let's run this in classic mode. It's still the same engine, same graphics, so you can get in the game a lot quicker without doing like specific missions and tasks. So yeah, here's Geometry Wars 3. Very modern take on the classic arcade game. And again, you know, runs perfect. So this is definitely the kind of game that you would want to run on a PC like this. You could get away with some games like Halo, probably play classic shooters like older Counter-Strike games, maybe even like CSGO, I doubt it. You could probably play like Half-Life and other stuff like that. But modern games, beyond like Halo 3, it's definitely going to have issues and challenges running those. If you want to switch to some more demanding games really quickly for a little bit, then you could launch some cloud gaming service that you have. In this case, I'm using Game Pass for this. And I mean, as you can see, so far the stream looks fine. I don't have a controller plugged in this at the moment, and very few games support mouse and keyboard at the moment, but it does work with Infinite. It does work with MCC as well. So you can actually stream like the Xbox version, but then use mouse and keyboard to play on here with cloud streaming. And you can see here, everything works fine, no problem with the stream. Response is pretty much as good as it gets for cloud gaming. Okay, so that about wraps it up for this video. As you saw, this little mini PC, which only costs a little over $100, especially with the discount you can get right now, which is in the link in the description below. It's actually like really good performance that you can get for what you get, really. And it uses Intel's latest Twin Lake processor. It's a quad-core CPU. It's E-cores only, but performance is fairly decent. You can, with what you saw with the gaming performance, there's no doubt that this excels at home and office tasks. I'm sure you could do web browsing and word processing on this like perfectly fine. And as for gaming, it should have no problem running classic emulators, like for classic consoles like N64 or things around that. But as you saw with 360 emulation, it actually had some mixed results. Some things ran smoothly, some things did not. And then with more modern games, like full-on games, not emulated, MCC, some things ran okay, some things did not. But most like lightweight classic games that I threw at this, they all ran perfectly well. And of course, cloud streaming worked perfectly on this too. So you should be able to get like a pretty decent like retro light gaming experience on a device like this. So that wraps it up for this video. Like I said, I'll put the link to this in the description below, as well as the exclusive discount code. Definitely check it out if you're interested, or if you want something to game on that's lightweight and retro. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.